Hello, house building tubers, and welcome to another Let's Play of Terraria PS4 Edition with me, McNugget. When we last played, we started our adventure and got some materials, set up our little house. I did a little additions to it off camera just to make it a little better. Added some detail here. It's not anywhere near being finished yet, but figured we'd get right into it. And while I was digging out the basement, I found a copper ore vein, and I wanted to put that on camera so you guys could see what that looks like. It's not a horrible little sized vein. Useful copper is going to be helpful in giving us some better armor so we don't die as frequently. Now, we need to take it to the furnace here. And at the furnace, we can do our ore smelting. So we will smelt all our copper and iron. And that gives us about 7 iron bars and about a dozen or so, 21 copper bars. So, also off camera, when I was digging out some stone, I came across the chest that had a book. It's an equipable accessory. The Lucky Guide to Plant Fiber Cordage. Not that useful, but if you wanted your rope to be made out of the vines that hang in the caves, you could equip this and do that. But since we have plenty of rope, and rope is a fairly abundant resource in the game, it's not too necessary to have that book, but we'll keep it so we can sell it at some point later. Found some strange plants, which we can trade those to the dye trader for special dyes if you want to color your armor or equipment. So let's get going on an adventure, shall we? Actually, first we need to craft some stuff with the ore bars we just made. So we go to our anvil, and the anvil is where we will make our weapons and armor out of the ores we find and smelt into bars. So right now, with 21 copper bars and 7 iron, we need to make some armor. So why don't we make a copper helmet. And then I think that's about all the armor we're going to be making for now. Yep. So we'll get us a copper helmet. Go ahead and equip that. And as you can see, it gives us a little copper helmet. Kind of dorky looking, but it's still early. So, what I did for our house here is I dug out a basement, as you can see, so we can have some more room for some newer NPCs that come. And over here is going to be storage. We'll pop some stuff down in there. Go ahead and put our bars and ores in there, shall we? For now. And any other things that are gonna hog up our inventory. Just for now. Okay. Let's go see what we can find over this way. We're going to need a few more materials to get the house going. So you've been here before, and if you didn't notice, down here seems to be a little pocket of iron. So we're going to go ahead and mine that. Because we're going to need quite a bit of iron or copper to really get our defense going with some good armor and some better weapons, because right now we're not equipped to go too far spelunking without ending up dead. So we're gonna walk on over here, because I am definitely excited to get into a cave, see what we can find. There's a lot of trees over here. See, this is what it looks like if you plant the acorns. Eventually you'll sprout a forest, and I'll go cutting these down here eventually to get some more wood. Kill these slimes. Slimes are annoying little buggers. Alright, so here is the cave we were at yesterday. Go ahead and go a little deeper down there, see what I can find. Doesn't seem to be much of that way. Here's some more copper. Go ahead and get that. That was a very amateur move there, jellyfish. Didn't see you down there. Sneaky, sneaky. So, I probably die a little more frequently than some of the people that do Let's Plays, but it's still early in the game. We don't have the right amount of armor. So... seems the spawn point is messing up my house here, because we spawn right on top of where I built, so we're gonna have to get a bed set down and fix that, but in due time, Let's go ahead and smelt that copper that I've found. Okay. Now, back where I died when I fell into that pond in the cavern there where the jellyfish destroyed me, there, if you notice, was some sand. Now, I actually have been looking for some sand so I can finish my house, because sand, like it does in real life, smelts down into glass. And glass is a good way to add some detail to your house, make it look a little more homey and realistic. Just better than the basic rectangular box that I used to be building all the time, until I expanded my mind and learned there was more to adding subtle details that make it look a little more realistic. And actually, while we're down here, go ahead and get the rest of this copper. And I also need to get some stone for finishing the house. And also right here is another kind of material, is clay. Now you can use clay to turn into red bricks, and red bricks are also a different building material you can use to make brick houses if you like that instead of wood. It's a little harder to find than wood, but I think it looks a lot better. I'll go ahead and get some of this stone while we're down here, because I did make the basement out of gray bricks, which you can get by melting down the stone blocks at the furnace. So that's how you get the gray bricks, and in turn helps you get the gray brick walls and the other kind of walls you can get aside from just your basic wood walls. You just wait, slimes, until I have better weapons, then you'll be sorry. get this sand while I'm down here. Now, sand is affected by gravity, so be careful as to not get caught in a sand avalanche. A sand avalanche, if you will. Because that would spell disaster for a young spelunker who's not equipped. There's some copper down here. As you can see, there's the money I dropped when I died. We might go down there and get that, maybe. We need some glow sticks to throw down in the water. Build us a little bridge here. Some steps so we can get back up, since I don't have any accessories to help me in my spelunking adventures. So, with that, why don't we go out and let's go to the right a little bit more and see what we can find here before it gets nighttime. Put some recall potions in the hot bar so we can get back to the house quickly if we get into a jam. Aha, and as soon as we get going, I find some iron. That is perfect. Hopefully that is enough till we can get better armor. And here comes the zombies because it is nighttime. Apparently the zombie apocalypse is a daily thing. Happens every night around 8 p.m. As long as too many don't come at the same time, I can take care of it with this iron sword. This takes a lot of hits. And it's here, oh, we found a different biome. This is a desert biome. So the desert biome is going to have less passive mobs and more dangerous enemies. Like you'll see vultures in the desert along with cactus. You can actually mine the cactus and make cactus furniture. If say you wanted to build a cactus house, now we have an antlion swarmer here. It's probably going to kill us because I ventured too far in a desert this early in the game when I shouldn't have. And here you go, witnessing amateur night at the Apollo again. Thanks for showing up. This might be a Let's Play where I set the Guinness Book of World Records for most Terraria deaths in one Let's Play series. So, at least we got that going for us. But since we are back at the crib, let's go ahead and smelt our copper and iron. Now we should have enough to get a little bit more protection. Go to the anvil here and see what we can build. Copper bow. I do want to get a bow just because I have accrued some arrows and it helps keeping enemies at a distance with the range damage. And if you also notice, we can build a mine cart, which is good for when we get spelunking and we find a rail system. We can actually get in the mine cart and travel through the cave systems faster, which is pretty cool. That was a new with the update for 1.3. It's pretty nifty, but not really essentially necessary to complete the game, but it is a fun little addition. And also, you want to make your house realistic with little details. You have toilets and bathtubs, trash can, you want to throw stuff away, and stuff like that. And I'll be showing you guys all the stuff that we can craft throughout the game. But right now we need to get some better armor, and it's not looking like we're going to be able to do that. So right now Our quick iron broadsword is looking like the best weapon that we can have right now. So we will stick with that for the time being. Okay. But also want to turn my stone into gray bricks if I can. Oh, and my sand into glass. Definitely want to do that. Because glass you can make I do believe, yeah, glass bottles, and you will want some of those. Glass bottles are used for potions. You can fill them with water at a water source, and they then become bottles of water, which are used to make potions. But potions can only be made at a certain crafting stand, which is what the initial bottle is used for. It's right there. So now, just like the workbench, the fireplace, and the anvil, the bottle is actually a crafting table in its own right, to where we now can brew different potions if we have the required materials, which right now we don't. Now also with glass, you can use it as a building material. You can make glass bowls, mugs. You can make glass platforms, which are just like the wood platforms here. Same thing, just glass. So if you want to, you know, if you're perfect, you want to live in a glass house, that's fine. Watch out for people throwing stones. So now that we have our glass, I like to make glass walls because they come up being a nice little window. So I like to add windows on my house. Gives it a little nice touch. Some tables here. Oh, and while we're at it, another chair. So we can now make these rooms suitable for NPCs once again. And then we will put some windows in our house here. Now there's some windows in the house. Makes it a little more homey, a little more realistic. Actually, I am going to make a few more, make the windows a little bit bigger. Nah, on second thought, let's just not keep them like that. That's a little bit better. We're going to do that for now, and then if we make another door, we now have 2 rooms, so the another NPC will move in, and then we can get more people to live with us. Mad zombies are trying to break into my house here. Swing my sword at the zombies. Die, you evil abominations. As you see here, we got the demon eyes trying to come in. They're actually a pain to fight this early on because they fly around. And they can catch you by surprise if you are not paying attention. So, while it is nighttime and we are waiting on the enemies to leave us alone, we can go ahead and work a little bit more on the house. Some of that stone into some gray bricks so I can finish the basement. Because once we have the house fully built, it's a lot easier to look at. That's for sure. So we're gonna make some gray brick walls here to wall our basement. Get that done. Now, probably the rest of the building I do at the house will be done off camera, so I don't have to bore you guys with every little detail of the house. I just wanted to show you the basics of how I started my house and what I like to put in initially. Now, eventually, it will grow into a nice looking setup to have room for all of the NPCs, and hopefully by the time I'm done with it, I'll have a nice little town built, and it'll, in my opinion, look pretty good, pretty decent. So I won't bore you every episode with building. I just wanted to show you how to add a little bit of detail in your house if you want to, and make it look a little more realistic. So let's go ahead, and I want to get a cave in on this episode. A little spelunking adventure. So you can kind of see what else we're dealing with. So why don't we go over here today, or tonight, shall I say? It's very dark. Another fallen star. When we get back to the house, I will show you guys what we do with those. Ooh, Eater of Souls. Those are enemies that live in the the corruption biome, and they are pretty tough early on in the game if you're not fully prepared. And I do want to apologize again for filling probably 2 or 3 minutes of video time with me just being dead. I know that's pretty amateurish, but part of the game. And sometimes this game can be a little challenging if you're not paying attention, or if you go in just guns a-blazing and not really preparing yourself. So we're gonna go this way and go back down in that cave, see what else we can find here. Look at all these fallen stars. I am getting chased by these demon eyes. And if you hear that sound, it is morning time, so the enemies of the night will run away. So we did make it. See, I missed some copper up here. Alright. And it looks like I missed some down here too. Okay. Make us a little bridge walkway over here to the other side of this cavern, so we can go see what we got up here. Looks like some more copper and a jar with some more potions. Excellent, definitely need some of those. Now if you can see over here, dig over here, there's another little cave in here. Let's see if it goes anywhere, if we just get stuck with another dead end. Sometimes you can find some big, sprawling, huge caverns, and sometimes it goes down about 10 feet and you get stuck with a dead end. So we'll see how this one takes us. And right there, that's a demon altar. We'll be using those later in the game. Right now, if you try to break it, it will hurt you. It seems to be out of place, though, for a demon altar. But I've seen crazier things. Alright, we're going to punch through down here and see what we can find. Now, doing that is a good way to get killed, but luckily I did not die there. Alright, this looks like a nice little cave here. Let's these pots, get some of this. Copper here. Hopefully we can find some life pieces and get some more health. Ooh, and that's a shuriken. You can throw those and do damage. They're a little bit convenient early on. Let's just jump down into the water. That is hopefully there, but wasn't. Ouch. And I just realized something, and everybody's probably down in the comments saying, "Hey McNugget, you got tons of rope, why don't you use it?" Yeah, I just thought of that, so that will actually be a lot more helpful getting out of the cave. Instead of falling down like a moron, I should have threw a line of rope down, but we all make mistakes. Better late than never, I guess. Knock that slime off the cliff there. See you later, slime. And you can drown if you are under the water too long. Oh. Or you can also die if a jellyfish gets you, but we've already figured that out. Now, it doesn't make sense as far as physics go, but you can actually build a rope up, which is useful. especially for climbing up after you've already fallen down a cliff like me. Try to get up here. Let's go check out what's over here. Looks like a little bit of iron and some sand. And it looks like another dead end. Oh, right here, if you don't pay real close attention, you can pass these, but this right here looked like a ruby, but I don't think I have a strong enough pickaxe to get the ruby, so basically I just destroyed it. Let's make a rope down here. And this is cobwebs. And we can turn those into silk, which we can use to make a bed. Sure, we'll get into some of that here in a little bit. Ooh, and if you notice there, I am poisoned. I stepped on this right here is a little switch that you can step on, and it shoots a poison dart out of there. That was a pretty good spot they hit it in, because I did not see it. As if you notice, if I break this right there, I got a brown pressure plate. Now that is what set off the dart trap. Now you can actually mine those, take them back to your house, and set them up later in the game to kill enemies that come to your house trying to kill you. You can actually flip a script on them and kill them, which is pretty sweet. Ooh, and exactly what I was hoping to find. I totally went spaz there for a minute, but I wanted to get this jar. And here is a little room with some cobwebs in it and a treasure chest. Let's check it out. An enchanted boomerang. Okay, that's pretty cool. We've also got some silver bars, wooden arrows, a couple shine potions, recall potions, torches, and silver coins. Not too bad a find. We're going to go ahead and break this treasure chest. It's because it's made out of gold, and we'll take it back and put it in our house, and it'll look pretty nice along with this platinum chandelier. And here's an anvil statue. I usually leave them there because there's so many different statues. Sometimes I'll collect them if they look cool, and I'll put them in my big mega castle later on. But for right now, I'm gonna just leave it there. Now there is some iron up here. We'll go ahead and mine. Ooh, the merchant has arrived. Why don't we go say hello to him? Pushing a little bit on time here, so we'll go back and check out what the merchant has to say. We kill this yellow slime here. Yellow ones are tougher than the blue ones, and another poison dart trap. Done in by a poison dart trap. Story of my life today, guys. Just wasn't my time. I guess the game really just wanted me to go back to the house and talk to the merchant, so that's what we're gonna do. And here's Howard the merchant, so you can talk to him. I hope a scrawny kid like you isn't all that is standing between us and Cthulhu's eye. Yeah, well, it's just me. So maybe I can work out a little bit, put some muscle on. I won't be so scrawny. So we're gonna go ahead and see what he's got. You can buy health potions, mana potions, arrows from him. You can buy torches, different items. You can buy an anvil if you don't already build one. Piggy bank, now that's pretty useful. I don't have enough to buy it right now, but what that is, you put your money and items in there, and there is a trick. You can actually use it to make yourself have more storage capacity in your inventory, and I'll get into that another time. But what I did really want to buy was the mining helmet, but I do not have enough to buy that, so I'm going to go ahead and sell this copper sword. And I'm going to sell the shurikens because I don't use those. Anything else? Sell the spear because we've done an eclipse, that being useful. Not much of value right now, so kind of a little tight on money. I will sell this pressure plate because I don't want to use that yet. Gills potions for breathing water instead of air. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but my theory is if you drink the Gills potion, you then can drown when you're not in water, if I'm not mistaken. So, that can happen. So we're going to go ahead and put this gold chest down in our storage area. And so that's the merchant, another one of the NPCs. So now we have in our house, we have the guide who lives in the left room there, and his name is Cole. We also have Howard the merchant who lives in the right-hand room on the upstairs level of our house. Well, that's about it for today. Stay tuned tomorrow as we delve further into Terraria for PS4. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.